Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is IAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because I've got the most wild car deal in the world for you. And I'm outside of a Toyota dealership right now to talk about this. Toyota has a car that you can get for $17,000 and $15,000 in free fuel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold. Toyota has the first hydrogen car called the Mirai. The Mirai, when it first came out, it was like a glorified Prius, but it ran off of hydrogen. It's basically a pretty good car, but Toyota's having trouble selling a hydrogen car. So what have they done? They've taken this $60,000 car and given all these discounts to it and made it basically the cheapest car in America that you can buy. But what they're doing to make sure that it gets unloaded is they are giving away $15,000 in free hydrogen fuel over the course of the life of your ownership. Wild, okay? So they don't have one of them here at Toyota of Huntington Beach, but I asked and they said, yeah, that's the deal that you can get that car for. So here's the thing about this, guys. When you buy a hydrogen car, it's like buying an EV car. There's certain government incentives and things like that. They lowered the price to $25,000, but with all the shenanigans and the green shift and everything that you can get for it, I said shift, by the way, so before you get upset. Anyways, the green shift, everything that they're doing for that is is giving the car for basically it's 25,000 minus those incentives, make the car $17,000. I'm telling you, I was going to walk in and say, I'll give you $5,000 for the car and see if they would have taken it because you get $15,000 in free fuel. This is how desperate they are to sell a hydrogen car. Now, hydrogen is very expensive and it's not a deal, but you guys seem to love these cheap leases and things like that. By the way, this is full ownership of that car. This is not some lease. It's not, some shenanigans. But have you seen the hydrogen car? I've been to the hydrogen gas stations before, the filling stations, and talked to the owners before in the past. And it's a great car, it's efficient. I just want to see what happens when somebody runs into one. And we haven't heard that yet. So let me know what you think about this. Would you buy a hydrogen car? Would you like $15,000 in free fuel? I'm telling you, from where I'm standing, there's not that many places you can fill that car up. That's the thing. So what I'm going to do is show you a map next of all the hydrogen stations from where I'm standing in front of this dealership where you could fill that car up at. Now, as you do a Google search from that dealership, these are all the hydrogen gas stations in Southern California near me. Now, it's really not that many. Got a few within a few miles, but guys, when you're out of fuel, that's the problem. It's like the woman at the doctor's office the other day. That's when you worry about stuff like this. So, would you buy this car? Now, another day, another set of job cuts, and George sent me this one. It's Cargill, the turkey processing plant in Arkansas is going to close, and they're giving everybody basically 6 months notice, which is nice of them to say the least. But 1,100 people are going to lose their job. 1,100 households in Arkansas. What other alternatives do these people have? Hey, I work at the plant. I work at the poultry, plant, and you're done. You're done. Now they're going to move everything to Missouri and Virginia, where they're going to change everything to. So again, sad, guys, sad. Nissan Auto Problems announced that they want to close 3 factories here in the States, and that they wanted to close all these plants and lose 9,000 jobs in November. You're going to lose another 600 jobs basically at each location. So again, guys, wild job cuts. Okay, East are out in full force, and then Continental. Continental is the international auto parts company, and Continental is getting rid of another 580 people in Germany, which they want to cut back another 4,000 people. Just, man, I'm telling you, 2025 is going to be the year of the layoffs. And we had staggering amounts of people that were laid off in 2024, but it's nothing compared to what you're going to see in the coming months. Uh, what do you guys think? Let me know. One thing that I find informative is a site called the Visual Capitalist. And what they do is they talk about different stats and break it down with a graphic. And the latest graphic that a lot of people have sent to me and that you guys should see is how do people spend their money. But that's not the end of it. It's, clearly people have rent, clearly people have, their car payments, they have insurance, they have electrical bills, they have food at home, food eating out. Those are the type of things. But listen to these figures, guys, because it's wild. Okay, listen to this. Housing is 32%. Transportation, cars, 17%. Personal insurance and pensions is 12.4%. Healthcare is 8%. Food at home is 7.8%. Food away from home is 5%. Entertainment is 4%. And cash contributions, 3.1%. Apparel and services, 2.6%. Education, 2.1%. Okay, guys, here's the thing that I thought was really wild about this. They say that the average household spends $77,000. There's a lot of families that don't make $77,000 in a year. So, again, people are just strapped right now. People are strapped. And the idea of this is you've got to cut back any way you can. And, I know some people make it a mission to save money. I have a brother who's incredibly successful and does not piss money away. And we make fun of him for this, but he's the guy that went to Chili's and thought it was the greatest deal in the world, and he could eat anywhere. He could buy anything he wants. It's not the problem with that guy, but doesn't spend money that way. And absolutely does not piss it away in any way, shape, or form. But if he saw these percentages, which I know he watches my channel, he'll come back and he'll tell me what his percentages are. And that's what people need to work on. They need to work on how they can save money on each of these. Rent is out of, the question. It's completely out of control. I found a great site that said, where the highest rents are in the country. And of course, it starts at Seattle and finishes in Washington, D.C. But again, if you're a politician or you're going there or you're in the news business, that's the price that you pay to be at a place like that. But again, I don't understand the fascination with Seattle because of the crime, Portland because of the crime. I just don't. And here's the thing, spotcrime.com, spotcrime.com. Dr. Marvin sent me this, and I'm telling you, I've had more people write me about it. It's great because it shows you all the criminal acts that were done within your neighborhood. You could put your zip code in. You can join the site, which is free, and put your address in, and it'll tell you the stuff that's happening in your neighborhood. And I'm telling you, man, oh my God, that guy did beat his wife. You have all this wild stuff that you could look at, but I am telling you, when you go to a neighborhood, investigate before you live there. And we're paying more money, it's better. No, it doesn't mean anything, guys, right now. I had to return something. I bought a little mini heater and had to return it at Big Five. And this mom walks in with her kids with all their baseball gear and just permeated of weed. And I was like, oh my God, Mother of the Year, and it was smelled so bad. I mean, it was not the kids. They ran in the back of the stores to look at shoes, and she was just spent. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, wow, So, anyways, investigate your neighbors, guys. That's what I always recommend. Okay. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. #1 rated for 9 years in a row. Buying gold has never been easier because you can call #1 rated Patriot Gold Group today at 888-330-1400 1431. Get a free investor guide. If you don't want to call them, use the link below, fill it out, and they will send it to you. Think about this, guys. Over $2 billion in transactions. Can't argue with that. Gold hit an all-time high late this week, and clearly there's trouble in paradise when it comes to the stock market. The Fed did not lower interest rates, and it's just going to prolong the agony, baby. So contact Patriot Gold Group today. Look at what Goldman Sachs is saying. Look at what all the other big banks are saying, Bank of America and Morgan Stanley and, Wells Fargo for that matter. They're all talking about gold hitting well above $3,000 an ounce. You want this in your retirement today. Contact them today. IRAs, 401ks, even an IRA, that's free for life, guys, on qualifying rollovers. Contact them today. 888-330-1431. Let them know that Dan from IAllegedly sent you. Guys, call and ask questions. Contact them today before it's too late. By now you've heard about the tragedy outside of Washington, D.C. where the helicopter hit the plane and everybody perished. It was awful. Now, one thing that came to light, and I've not had a chance to talk to my relative yet, but I have a relative who's an air traffic controller on the other side of the country, guys, not even close to this. And when I have meetings with him, we talk, we always go through the different things to maintain safety. And, I ask all the questions about what they're doing to make things better. And when they build a new airport or announce a new airport, how that affects his job and, potential people that they could move around the country. But the thing that blew me away was there was one air traffic controller on site, and he never works alone. This guy never works alone. Maybe he just works at a bigger airport. Maybe that's the thing. But again, is this the cutbacks? Is this all the stuff that we've been seeing inside of, our economy? Now, there's a great article about 16 agencies that need to be cut back. And what I want to ask you guys is, what do you want to see cut back by the federal government? Now, everybody's going to say, the IRS, they're screwed. Send those people to Haiti, have them work there. Guantanamo Bay is opening up. I mean, I know I'm going to hear that, but what agencies do you want to cut? Because there's a great article that I found about 16 agencies that they need to cut back, and 100% elimination of staffing. 16 unnecessary federal agencies would save $1.1 billion. 50% staffing cuts, 34% staff reductions in non-defense departments. I mean, things like this. What do you guys want to see cut? Do you think this is going to make get rid of the bloating of the government? Now, so many people, I have no food for the squirrels, so they're just hounding me today. Hi, buddy. How are you? But anyways, it's fascinating because, you talk about what people spend in a household. I'm telling you, everybody's in the finance mode in business right now. Clients, friends, people I work with, they're all talking about how they can save money, whether it's cell phone bills, whether it's credit cards, whether it's fuel costs. I mean, how can we cut back right now? And the federal government wants to do this, but what should we eliminate? What needs to be gotten rid of right now? Is it the Department of Education? Is it turn that stuff over to the states? I think it's terrible. It's funny. My kids did a mix of public and private school, and it was sometimes it was for educational reasons. Sometimes it was just because of after school programs and things like that made it so my ex-wife and I could work. But you have to do what you have to do to get by during this time. Sometimes we paid more for this to get the kids in different programs. That was all okay to us. But again, now, man, it is just so expensive. What I thought I was spending a lot of money on, 15, 20 years ago is nothing compared to what people are spending money on today. So let me know what you think about this. What would you want to see cut from the federal budget? Let me know, seriously. What needs to be eliminated right now? It's crazy. This goes back to the Ronald Reagan days too. It's way back there with all this stuff. But read the article below, because I always love stuff like this because it gets everybody thinking. Now, to go back to the auto theme for a second, there was a huge crime ring that was broken here in California on Friday. And there was an indictment that was unsealed where they had $200 million in fake counterfeit goods that were shipped in from China. And they would go through the ports, they would get through customs because people knew who to talk to. And then they started going into warehouses, and they found one warehouse, they found $20 million worth of fake counterfeit goods. Guys, this is terrible. You don't, the idea of a fake counterfeit part, okay, for your car, of course, it's not the same thing. And you run the risk that it could damage the vehicle, it could hurt somebody, someone could die over this. And then, it goes to airplane parts, it goes to shenanigans with that. But the other thing is, I never understood people buying counterfeit like bags. Like, if you don't want a Fendi bag or you don't want a Louis Vuitton bag, don't buy it. But look, mine cost $60. The real ones are $6,000. I'm sure somebody that knows this stuff can sit there and tell you the difference between the real and the fakes. Now, again, wild. 15 count indictment that was unsealed, and man, oh man, these people, broke the ring. But again, this is the type of thing in Central California. Great article below that was about all this, talking about just the absolute huge amount of people that were involved in this. The absolute, this is going to stop, guys. We've got to stop fake goods. And ever since the dawn of time, I know that, the criminal side of everything, these people want to, sell things cheaper and, get it through. But man, they're going to get caught now. They're starting to break down on all this stuff now. So kind of interesting. Let me know what you think. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories. And another day, another recall with food. There's Japanese corn puffs. There's an article below where they're, again, highly deadly if you eat these things and you have certain allergic reactions to them. So, again, be nice. He's running after the other one. Anyways, a man, Jerry Ellers. Jerry's a thief. Jerry stole a $300,000 lottery ticket and went and celebrated, went on the news, went public, and worked at a gas station. Only problem was he scratched up a bunch of tickets until he found the winner and turned that one in himself. And they found, the company that found all the bad scratchers. So before he could get the money, he lost the money. Isn't that great? God, I love stuff like that. Degenerate. Okay? I just, Anyways, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And don't steal lottery tickets. Okay? And don't eat Japanese cream puffs or corn puffs. Okay? If you want to get a hold of me, it's hello at IAllegedly, and I'll see you guys very soon. It's so cold lately. It's freezing. See you soon.